Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I am here with the 12th Pay It Forward on Booktube tag. It's been a while since I completed a Pay It Forward on Booktube tag. Last time I did one was back in February. I used to pump them out much more frequently, but I wanted to wait until I got to 1,000 subscribers because I wanted to say, as hopefully it doesn't sound too pretentious, but I wanted to say something along the lines of, we made it to 1,000 subscribers, and now these booktubers that I'm about to mention should be at 1,000 subscribers too. And these 10 channels have been shouted out before from other booktubers. That some of them have, actually. Some of them I'm not sure. But these are people, many of them are in the 3 figures, but I think that they deserve so many more because their channels are so well put together, the booktubers themselves are so well informed, and most importantly, they're great people. And that's what matters the most. So let's jump right into the people that I wanted to talk about. First booktuber that I wanted to mention is Marta from Rubisco with Pearl Juice. To me, Marta is a very outgoing booktuber, and I feel that she is Julia Child meets New Scandinavian Cooking meets booktube. You put them all together, and that's what I get out of it. And the finished product is brilliant. Marta likes to read and discuss literary fiction, children's literature, feminist literature, graphic texts, nonfiction in areas of interest, and she specifically enjoys Swedish literature and Finnish literature. So anything within those areas are things that really interest her, especially indigenous Finnish literature. One of the best things about Marta, and a reason that she truly deserves far more recognition, is because she is the most devout follower that you can possibly come across. I started doing more on Facebook when it came to booktube-related Facebook groups, and Marta is always not just posting her videos, but she's also liking and commenting and subscribing to other people's content as well. And I feel that when you're taking part in those booktube-related groups, whether it be on Facebook or Goodreads, sharing your videos only goes so far. People can keep sharing and sharing and sharing, and yet you're not going to get anywhere unless you not just share, but also like and comment on other videos and subscribe to their channels. That's the purpose of a group of that nature, and Marta has that down to a perfect science. And I think that the comments that she shares are very meaningful. Next channel I want to mention, I don't think that they have declared themselves a booktube channel. To me, a booktube channel is any channel that talks about books, reading, and literature. But this group is a booktube channel by that definition. But they're brilliant, and they deserve far more recognition, and that is the crew from Literary Roadhouse. This includes Anise, who is the leader and the producer. She's kind of like me for this channel. There is Gerald, who is a pretty blunt British man with a background in writing. There's Maya, who's also American. She's very well informed, and she's somewhat sassy, but she's also very well spoken. And she has a lot of great things to present to the discussion. And then you have Rami, who is quite laid back and easygoing, but he contributes to such a great chemistry. Yeah, and you have Anise, who keeps everything in flow. To me, I would say Gerald is very much like Larry from our channel. But to me, Literary Roadhouse is probably the closest thing to this channel in how it's Literary Gladiators 2.0, because they have discussions via Google Hangout. It's in that vein similar to Betwixt the Books, only with Literary Roadhouse they do one short story once a week and one book once a month. And their chemistry is so amazing. It makes for an outstanding in-depth discussion on the material, and also they also have a lot of fun with one another. I think that they're very eclectic with their tastes, very insightful, and I really think that more people need to check out what they have to offer. Their videos are usually more than half an hour, but I like to sit down and watch, and I have absolutely no regrets. I'm so happy when I have the ability to sit down and watch a Literary Roadhouse discussion. Next one I want to talk about is Rubisco from Rubisco Likes Books. I first came across her channel when she completed the Muffin book tag, and I am just amazed with how well-spoken and scholarly she sounds. She is probably the most intellectual-sounding booktuber I have come across. She speaks very rapidly, but very brilliantly. She has interests in literary fiction and classics, even though she has a great range of interests, but the way she speaks about what she reads is just amazing. And it's almost, I think she can definitely teach a very high-end college class, not just for people looking to earn their bachelor's, but I think she could teach a graduate class and a doctorate class if she really wanted to. Has a lot to contribute when it comes to South African literature. She especially has a lot of things and a lot of great things to say about Ingrid Jonker. And she's analyzed her poetry on her channel, so that really, those videos are always so insightful. She's very in-depth with everything she has to say. She's very honest and straightforward, and I really feel as if I am very well informed when I watch her videos. Next one that I want to talk about is Eston from Earnestly Eston. I first came across his channel through his responses to the foodie book tags, but he's just so nerdy and pleasant. He's just very well-spoken with what he has to say, and he's into literary fiction and classics as well, which he has a lot to say about whatever it is he's talking about, and I always enjoy his discussions. If you like Steve Donahue and Mark from Richardson Reads, his channel has a very similar vein to them, but I think he definitely sticks out as being a great contributor to that kind of reading. The next one I want to talk about is Ania from Ania's Bell Jar, and the fact that her channel was called Ania's Bell Jar grabbed me right away because someone that mentions the bell jar, as much as I'm not a huge fan of Sylvia Plath, it goes to show you that they have a good taste when it comes to literary fiction, and they're also willing to dip into poetry, which I wish more people did in the community. But Ania is a Polish booktuber. Ania primarily reads works that have been translated into English because she likes to read the works in their original language. She's not as much into Polish literature, but she did make mention to reading a collection of Wisława Szymborska's poetry. She's somebody I want to check out, and she had great things to say about that. And she has a wide range of interests, but literary fiction written in English seems to be a great interest of hers. Next one I want to talk about is Keira from Wild Book Garden. And I first came across Keira when she completed the canned food book tag, and I was immediately impressed with her wide range of interests and how well-spoken she is about them. I enjoy her pleasant disposition. I enjoy her great personality. I enjoy how intelligent she is, and how honest she is with her opinions, and how she presents them so straightforwardly. She is willing to step aside from talking about the work itself to go off on a tangent that's connected to the work that she feels is something that's on her mind and she needs to get out there. One of the big ones was when she had a complaint about how people use the term middle grade as an insult or as a mode of criticism. And Keira is also very diligent and meaningful with her comments, and that's always very meaningful as a booktuber looking to interact with other booktubers. The next one I want to talk about is somebody that goes above and beyond with their channel and is just a mastermind as far as creating videos and putting in the necessary content is concerned, and that is Hannah from Snow White and the Seven Shelves. I think Hannah is one of the most creative booktubers. Her videos go one step beyond, and I think that as a person, she is a ball of excitement. She is genuinely herself in her videos, and she does all kinds of videos. She does reviews, she does tags, she does role-playing. She interviews former teachers of hers. I watched one where she interviewed her senior year English teacher. And she does rap battles. Probably one of her most noteworthy videos was one that she did with her friend Emery, where they did a Jane Austen versus Charlotte Bronte rap battle. And it was epic. It was as epic as it sounds. And she is somebody you need to check out, because I think that she'll go beyond 4 figures. She'll be in the 5 figures, and I think she gets there just by you checking out her channel. The next one I want to mention is Amanda from Amanda Jenner, and she's been a bit on and off, but I think that she's somebody that deserves to be in the 4 figures. I think that she's a very devout book lover. Actually, I know she is a devout book lover. She expresses that throughout her videos. I think she's very comfortable with her videos. She brings herself to the discussions. I think that probably the video that sticks out the most is when she did a book tour of the books that were in her bathroom, which is always a touchy subject because people don't want to admit that they read in the bathroom, but the fact that she made mention to it and created a video of that nature shows a great deal of honesty and bravery. But she's also a very well-rounded booktuber when it comes to her interests as well, and I enjoy hearing what she has to say. The next booktubers that I want to talk about are another multi-person book channel, specifically two people, and it is Alyssa and Olivia from Alyssa and Olivia. Because they are so creative with their videos, they talk about the books themselves, but they also go one step beyond with creating sketches and engaging in other ideas, one of which was an Australia versus Germany video, because while both of them live in Australia, Alyssa was born in Germany and Olivia was born and spent her whole life in Australia. But both of them are making their comeback to the community, and I could not be happier. I hope that they produce so much more content, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have in store. And the last booktuber that I wanted to mention is one of the most unique, but yet one of the most revolutionary booktubers that I feel deserves a greater outreach within the booktube community, and that is Adam from Forest Fox. Adam joined Booktube not because he was a great reader, but because he was not. But Adam has definitely demonstrated an interest in reading and taking part in the community. His interests are very much different from the general population per se, and he offers so many unique kinds of videos and interests as to what he enjoys reading. But specifically, he enjoys nonfiction, literary fiction, and classics, and specifically anything having to do with LGBTQIAP+ literature, because Adam identifies as non-binary, where you can refer to Adam as he or him, or her or she. He would rather not be referred to as a they. But what matters most is that Adam's channel is one that I feel deserves so much more recognition than it is getting. I think that some of the A Little Life is his favorite, but he's also talked about Oscar Wilde's basic works, such as The Picture of Dorian Gray, but also documents and diaries that Oscar Wilde wrote in and are about his background. So I think that you can get a lot out of Adam's channel, and I highly suggest that you check him out. I'll leave a link down below to all 10 channels. I really think that you should check them out. All of them deserve to be at 1,000 subscribers at this point. And for those of you that I mentioned, if you are able to, I highly suggest that you complete the Pay It Forward on Booktube tag, which I would say just 5 people. You could name more if you wish. 5 booktubers that have under 1,000 subscribers, because that has become the cutoff point, it seems. But I thank you for tuning into this video. I'm so happy and ecstatic that I have been able to revisit this tag video. I definitely have more planned, and I'm really looking forward to coming across more booktubers, especially those that are lesser known but deserve greater recognition. Thank you, and for now, keep reading.